Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the NWL Kansas City. And as you hear by the drums of doom, as I call them, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, and Michael Strider, the Foundation, are here for our main event contest.
I am excited to see the return of Michael Strider in the ring.
That makes one of you. Nobody wanted to see this day come where Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider occupy the same side of the ring, especially against Thor Theriot and Bob Hardcore Holly. That's what Michael Strider does best, right there, jawing with the fans.
So these fans need to be put in their place. They're rude, they're disrespectful. When you're a guy like Michael Strider, you don't need to take those kinds of things from folks like that. He's just letting them hear it.
Fans really letting Strider and Wyatt, the Foundation, have it. They do not like them here in Kansas City.
Well, I think the feeling is mutual for sure. To show these guys the respect they deserve.
Someone needs to check on Michael Strider. It looked like he was about to have a coronary up there on the side of the ring.
But you don't think that Michael Strider has been preparing for this matchup? The guy has been working hard. He's going to have a few surprises. These two guys, let me tell you, always have something up their sleeves. An ace in the hole, you might say.
Speaking of a man who I believe has an ace in the hole tonight in Hardcore Bob Holly, is this man right here, Thor Theriot.
Look at that ridiculous way he's wearing his t-shirt. That's a man that you're going to cheer for. He's got it tucked into his trunks. That's ridiculous, Miller. No wonder they don't like this guy.
There's his tag team partner. That ovation was for one man and one man only. The former WWE legend, Bob Hardcore Holly, is here in the NWL.
I'm very excited to see Bob Holly here in the NWL. That's one thing, you know, that never goes away from somebody who's a competitor. They always like to fight. That's one thing you can say about Bob Holly. Look at him. He's in fantastic shape. This guy looks great. Looks like he could do a full schedule right now, and I hope that he does here in the NWL. I think that it's great to see him, but he's in for a rude awakening. It means he's just going to roll on over Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt.
I hope we get to see one of those patented Bob Holly kicks. Look at him, he's phenomenal shape. I hope we get to see one of those patented drop kicks right in the face of Michael Strider, and hopefully knock one of his teeth.
If you were going to list some of the best drop kicks ever in the professional wrestling business, Bob Holly would have to be in that conversation.
Your referee is Nick Chin. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first. To my right, from Kansas City, Missouri, the team of Michael Strider and the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, the Foundation. And to my left, first, from Lincoln, Nebraska, here is Thor Theriot. His tag team partner, from Mobile, Alabama, Hardcore Bob Holly.
The man, the myth, the legend himself, Hardcore Bob Holly, has agreed to be on the side of Thor Theriot for this important contest. Somebody needed to back up Thor Theriot, and it came in the form of WWE legend Bob Holly.
Well, listen, Thor obviously can't handle his business on his own, so he has to go out and find somebody to watch his back because, you know, nobody here in Kansas City really likes that guy. I don't like him. You like him, Miller?
Of course I do. I respect the accolades and the wrestling acumen of somebody like Hardcore Bob Holly.
I'm talking about Thor. Nobody likes Thor, so he had to go out and hire somebody like Bob Holly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't pay attention to you when you go off on your tangents.
Well, and that's right. You should pay attention to me, Miller. You'd learn an awful lot. You probably have some better job security. You know, I hear rumblings about them getting rid of you, Miller, and I gotta say, I think that's probably a smart move. If anybody's listening now, it's probably a good idea.
I'll leave you to yourself? What kind of broadcast would that be? That's
It'd be probably the best broadcast ever, Miller. I'm being handicapped here with you, handcuffed, as it were. Let's get back to calling the match. You work me up sometimes, Miller. I'm just trying to enjoy myself here.
You're turning bright red and sweating. I can see it.
Unbelievable.
Now, Thor Theriot. Speaking of Thor Theriot, people, you said nobody likes Thor Theriot. It's not that nobody likes Thor Theriot. I just don't think. I think all the wrestlers on the NWL roster have their own concerns, have their own worries, and they don't need to worry about the foundation of Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider. So Thor's had to go at this alone until he found hardcore Bob Holly.
Well, maybe it's just that everybody else on the roster is smart enough to know when they're in a losing battle, and they know not to pick sides, pick a fight with Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt. Perhaps Thor is yet to learn that lesson. But he should by now.
Oh, looks like he might be going for the Ragnarok here, and Jeremy Wyatt wiggles his way out like the worm he is. Oh, looks like he's going for that coronation pile driver, rolls him through. The action hot and heavy in this main event. What an arm drag by Thor Theriot.
These two guys know each other very, very well. This has been a feud that has been going on for months now. I don't think we're going to see any surprises from Thor and Jeremy Wyatt, but we are going to see what's the wild card there with Bob Hardcore Holly and the return of Michael Strider. Now, you're going to say Michael Strider hasn't been in the ring for a long time. What can this guy bring to it? Let me tell you, this guy has a savagery and an intensity in his eyes that I have never seen in many competitors. This guy's he's going to surprise you here tonight.
Oh, backslide attempt by Thor Theriot wants to put this match to rest early. Look at that arm drag. Another beautiful arm drag by Thor Theriot. And look at Bob Holly on the outside of the ring, pacing like a caged animal. He wants to get in there and get his hands on the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, and Michael Strider.
Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt had some rather unkind things to say about Mr. Hardcore Holly.
Shocking.
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
Now Bob Holly's finally going to get his hands, and look at Jeremy Wyatt rolling to the outside.
Smart move, smart move.
Michael Strider telling the referee to back off Bob Holly. They want no part of the aggression that Bob Holly has, and he wants to unleash it on the foundation here tonight in the Scottish Rite Temple.
Listen, Miller, don't twist things around. These guys are playing a smart strategy. You said it yourself, Bob Holly pacing on the outside, can't wait to get in there, all worked up, right? Well, they're going to make him wait just a little bit longer. They can play their game. That's why these two guys are tops in this business, because they make you come to them. They don't go to you. Smart move by the foundation.
You hear the cheers and the chants and the adulation for everything that man stands for. This man's body of work stands for itself in our great sport, and Bob Holly has a reputation that precedes him everywhere he goes. This guy is no BS, and he goes toe-to-toe with anybody he steps in the ring with.
Absolutely, and he's legendary for his toughness, legendary for his conditioning as well. Also, you know, by the time, though, he is done here tonight, I'll bet he'll be back wishing that he was back in Mobile racing cars.
Jeremy Wyatt almost begging Nick Chin to back him up. What a main event we have here tonight. Bob Hardcore Holly and Thor Theriot taking on the foundation of the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider. I couldn't have dreamed a better matchup for the foundation, and it's our main event right here on 38th The Spot.
Absolutely fantastic main event. By the way, that racing cars reference went completely over your head, didn't it, Miller? I can't believe you even got this, John.
Oh, yeah, what are you acting like I was born yesterday? I know exactly what you're talking about. I decided not to pay any attention to you like I usually do. Collar and elbow tie-up. I was going to make a reference about spark plugs, but I decided not to.
Of course I understand what you're talking about. I brought it up, Miller. Beautiful hip toss right there.
Oh, kicks him right in the face. Oh, he could be going for the Alabama Slammer
already.
No,
move,
Jeremy Wyatt.
move.
Michael Strider pulls Jeremy Wyatt right out of harm's way. It looked like he was going for the Alabama Slammer, and that is a move you do not want to get caught in because he will be put down for the 1-2-3.
Absolutely, just that quick. A guy like Bob Holly can pick you up and put you up for that particular move, and if it is, it's lights out.
And look at Bob Holly. He's telling him he was so close to putting him away, and both of the foundation members know it.
That's what I like about the foundation. These guys not in any kind of hurry. They're taking their own time. They're letting Thor get crazy there on the outside. He knows that they wants his revenge. Bob Holly, he's all worked up, wants to make a great debut here in Kansas City. These two guys, they don't care if it takes all night to win this match. They've got time. They're very, very smart.
I wouldn't say it's smart as much as I would say they're stalling because they are scared of the offense of Bob Holly and Thor Theriot because both men are so fired up and they want to put to end this war between Thor Theriot and the foundation.
Well, you're right about one thing. This war between Thor and the foundation has gone on and on and on. Doesn't seem to be any end in sight for these guys. These two guys, Wyatt and Thor specifically, certainly have developed a very, very personal rivalry. This is the kind of rivalry that lasts for decades, Miller. This isn't something these guys are going to get over anytime quick.
How foolish is Jeremy Wyatt right now demanding a test of strength from Bob Holly? Jeremy Wyatt may be barking up the wrong tree, and he backed out of that real quick.
Just another mind game by the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt. These two guys are going to tell you that they're going to do things on their terms. Look at him, he's putting a line right there in the middle of the ring, daring him to cross it.
What is Jeremy Wyatt showing an unusual amount of arrogance here tonight, squaring off with Bob Holly, once again saying, if you cross this line, let's do a test of strength again. This is absurd by the Monarch, and once again, the Monarch playing yet another mind game with Bob Holly. Bob Holly, that's one guy I would not want to make mad is hardcore Bob Holly, because when this guy's tea kettle blows, everybody in this arena better watch out.
Certainly one of the most volatile competitors you've ever seen inside the squared circle, and that he didn't get that name hardcore because he likes to knit.
Well, now he's saying both hands are a test of strength. I think he just called Bob Holly a chicken. Oh, boot right to the midsection. And did you see that forearm to the back of the neck? Hard knife edge chop by Bob Holly, make that 2. Oh. Did you hear that, Christopher?
Echoing all over the arena. Of course I can hear it. Unbelievable impact right there from hardcore.
Another knife edge chop, turning the chest of the Monarch bright red. Looks like the Monarch has one of his own. And look at Bob Holly. He didn't even register that chop.
This guy's looking for a fight. Jeremy Wyatt's going to bring it to him. Know that a receipt is coming sometime soon, Monarch.
Look at the look on Bob Holly's face. And a series of knife edge chops lights up the chest of the foundation, and Michael Strider goes spilling to the outside of the ring. I don't even think he knows where he is after that chop.
Just like that, Bob Holly, a guy like him, could explode all over you.
Speaking of aggression, here comes Thor Theriot. This guy keeps getting better each and every week. Single leg drop kick right to the ear of Jeremy Wyatt. Thor Theriot has endured so much torture and punishment from the Foundation in recent weeks. He has got to be wary of this war between the Foundation, but hopefully he feels like the score might be a little bit more even tonight with Bob Holly in his corner.
Well, certainly helps having somebody watch his back, but how much can he really trust Bob Holly? The Foundation, these guys are, for lack of a better term, brothers. These two guys have fought wars with each other, against each other. They respect each other. Bob Holly's just a hired gun, and you can count on the loyalty of Strider and Wyatt. I don't know that you can count on Bob Holly.
Drop kick right to the face by Thor Theriot, showing an excellent agility, and now Thor Theriot is getting his hands on Michael Strider, and they're exchanging right hands in the middle of the ring here at the Scottish Rite Temple. There you see some of that aggression from Thor Theriot as he fires away with chops and forearms to the face and chest of Michael Strider.
We have seen an aggression in Thor Theriot over the last couple of weeks, and that is definitely due to this feud here with the Foundation.
Whoa, look at that agility, springboards up to the top rope, cross body block. It only gets a 2 count. Thor Theriot again firing those shots into the face. Looked like he might have been mounting him in that turnbuckle, but decided against it. Comes charging into the corner with a hard forearm right to the face of Michael Strider. Now we get him mounting him on the top rope, firing those right hands right into the forehead. 10 shots ring out across this arena, and Michael Strider drags Thor Theriot, and I think his head almost hit that pole when he dragged him into that corner.
Michael Strider, that's one thing that even if you haven't been in the ring for a long time, if you're a tough guy, you're always going to be a tough guy. This guy can take a beating, takes a licking, and keeps on ticking like the old Timex ads used to say. Remember those, Miller?
Absolutely not. Driving a knee right into the face of Thor Theriot. How old do you think I am? I'm only in my mid-30s, not 60. Jeremy Wyatt stomping away on the chest of Thor Theriot. Here comes Michael Strider back in the ring. Quick tags here in and out by the Foundation. Look at Jeremy Wyatt just stepping on the face of Thor Theriot.
You see, Miller, there used to be these things called wrist watches that people would wear. And they would tell time, and they didn't get them off of their phone. Timex was a big company, Miller.
Thank you for the history lesson, Christopher. Really appreciate it, especially during this match, this main event contest we have here tonight. And Thor Theriot once again being choked on that rope by Michael Strider. Did you see the way he was just tearing at the face of Thor Theriot?
Michael Strider is a violent man. He's an unhappy man unless things are going his way. And he's unhappy right now. These guys they're done with Thor. They want to put this guy away for good.
Michael Strider. Oh, drops him down with a vicious brainbuster. This could be it. 2, no. Thor gets the right shoulder up. I mean, he just dropped him right on his head.
Unbelievable impact there from that brain buster. Michael Strider looking like he hasn't missed a beat. This guy working out hard.
He may have not missed a beat, but he's missing a few marbles. He keeps shouting about the war he's bringing to Thor Theriot, and here comes Jeremy Wyatt. It is so bizarre if you follow Midwest Wrestling to see Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider occupy the same side of the ring. They're fighting against people instead of against each other. Just a very bizarre sight for somebody like me who has been following Midwest Wrestling for a very long time.
Listen, I don't think that it is so bizarre. These two guys have a lot of respect for each other. These two guys feel like at times they have been passed over recently, that maybe people have forgotten all the things that they have done for the Midwest and wrestling in general, and they're here to make people pay for it. Thor Theriot happens to be the first one on that list.
Drives him down with a belly-to-back suplex. Jeremy Wyatt going for a cover, and Nick Chin counts 2, and another tag into Michael Strider. Did you see the velocity on that belly-to-back suplex? And Thor Theriot is in trouble right here, right now.
Jeremy Wyatt, not the biggest, not the strongest man out there, but this guy's technique is second to none. He knows how to get the absolute most out of everything that he does. And Michael Strider, well, he's just barbaric right now. Back chops, front chops.
And look at the bravery of Michael Strider calling out Bob Holly and distracting the referee while Jeremy Wyatt chokes away on Thor Theriot over that top rope and whips his neck over, and a vicious lariat almost took Thor Theriot's head off. Nick Chin going for a count here, almost a 3.
This is what the difference between having a partner who is your brother, who is your confidant in arms, and having a partner who maybe you just met within the last week or so. Huge difference right there. Look at the great teamwork right there from Strider and Wyatt. These two guys certainly are on the same page. Thor Theriot, he can't take too much more of a beating like this.
Oh, beautiful snap suplex, floats over into a cover. Jeremy Wyatt does have flawless technique when he's inside the squared circle as he drives a knee and steps on the head of Thor Theriot. Every move Jeremy Wyatt does to Thor Theriot is to inflict damage. And now that was just to insult him by stepping on his face there.
We have seen Jeremy Wyatt in classic wrestling matches where he is just wrestling his opponent. And there's a difference every time now that he is in the ring with Thor Theriot. You see an aggression. You see the fact that these two men really don't like each other. They really want to hurt each other. And that goes with every simple little thing, just like you said there, steps on his face when he maybe didn't have to.
Look at Michael Strider rolls through and then catches him in a rear naked choke. This could be it. He's got the legs grapevine around Thor Theriot. Thor Theriot rolling over into a pin. 2, no! Tried to turn that choke into a pin and almost pinned Michael Strider.
Smart move by Thor Theriot right there. The only way he was getting out of that is if Michael Strider let him go.
Thor Theriot unable to make a tag as Michael Strider tags Bob Holly off the apron. So Thor Theriot unable to make that tag to Bob Holly, and he's incensed.
Bob Holly frustrated right now, knowing what is going on behind the referee's back, knowing that he can't get in there.
Look at Bob Holly. He is still pacing. He desperately wants to get in there and put a beating on the foundation of Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider.
You know, if I were Bob Holly, I would just see if Thor's check cleared. I'd make a quick phone call. If it did, maybe, then I would just take off. No reason to stay out here and endure this. Why wouldn't it?
Haphazard leg drop by Michael Strider. Effective nonetheless, driving that leg right across the throat of Thor Theriot. And I don't think Thor Theriot knows what corner he's in right now. It was almost like he was reaching out for Jeremy Wyatt, and Thor Theriot trying to fire back some right hands to the face of Michael Strider. Reverse elbow for Jeremy Wyatt. Thor desperately trying to make his way out of the foundation's corner, and he gets whipped back in. And a beautiful power slam by Michael Strider. Jeremy Wyatt mounts the top rope, and a beautiful diving elbow drop. His tribute to the Macho Man, and he kips up. This guy is ready to fight.
That's gonna be it for Thor Theriot. He should go for the cover right now.
And once again, mocking Bob Holly. The referee was not able to stop a charging Bob Holly. And Holly giving chase to the foundation here. The foundation running for their lives. Here comes Bob Holly once again, able to just chase the foundation away from Thor Theriot. This might buy Thor Theriot some very valuable time here.
Well, certainly is maybe the only move Bob Holly could make right now is try to run both of these guys off. Thor is in a lot of pain right now after that devastating power slam, then the big elbow drop from the top rope. Thor still slow to get up. This guy is hurt, and he is hurt bad.
He needs desperately to make that legal tag to Bob Holly, and what better time to do it, but now Jeremy Wyatt slithering back in the ring and pulling Thor Theriot to the foundation's corner.
I said it earlier today, Miller, these two guys don't care if it takes all night. They're slow, they're methodical. They're really putting the beating on Thor Theriot. Look how close he is to their corner. Look how far away he is from Bob Holly. Great tag team wrestling right there from the Foundation.
Jeremy Wyatt punts Thor Theriot right in the chest, and again maintains control of Thor Theriot by locking in that front chancery and driving a knee right into the face. Make that two. You see those knees connecting with the jaw of Thor Theriot. What does Thor Theriot have to do? What offensive move can he lock onto Jeremy Wyatt in order to make that tag? And he's so close there. Looked like he was going for another high back body drop, and again, there he kicks him right in the back of the head. This may be the opening Thor Theriot needs to make that tag to Bob Holly.
If he doesn't make it now, he's in a world of trouble. This might be the only opportunity that he has left, if he can even make it. Even taking such a beating, even just moving a couple of feet is hard.
And there the tag has been made to Bob Holly, and he comes in with a series of clotheslines and right hands for the Foundation, and the crowd loves the beating the Foundation is taking right now.
He's giving some huge shots to Michael Strider. This guy is a house of fire right now. He's been on the outside for a long, long time.
Bob Holly has, speaking of not losing a step, look at that, a Hurricanrana connects with Michael Strider. He has not lost a step. He's going for it. What is he doing here? Oh, kicks him right in the midsection. That is a legal blow, by the way, because he boots him right in the stomach. And it looks like he has one for Jeremy Wyatt here. Oh, right in the midsection by Hardcore Bob Holly. Michael Strider trying to put it into that with a knife-edge chop, and Bob Holly spikes Michael Strider into the mat, going for a cover here, and Jeremy Wyatt breaks it up before the count of three rains down.
All four men back in the ring now. Chaos certainly ensuing here in this tag team match. Unbelievable. Thor back up on his feet.
Oh, Thor unable to connect with that high cross body over the top rope. Full Nelson slam. Slams Michael Strider right in the middle of the ring. And now Hardcore Holly is calling for the Alabama Slammer.
If he hits this on Michael Strider, it is lights out. He's setting him up for stalking him. Come on, Strider, roll out. Get out of the ring.
Look at Bob Holly. Here it is. He's got him up. If he hits this and he gets him with a pump thrust kick, Strider rolls through 2, 3. That's it. The Foundation just pinned Bob Holly and pick up a victory in our main event tonight.
I told you, Miller, it was going to come down to teamwork, and that's exactly what happened at the end of this match here. Michael Strider, Jeremy Wyatt working together as a team.
I'm going to call it as I see it. That was a fluke. That was a fluke victory by the Foundation, taking advantage of Bob Holly's positioning when he was about to deliver the Alabama Slammer to Michael Strider.
You said Michael Strider had no business being in a wrestling ring. This guy is back. He is on fire. He looked pretty damn good to me, Miller. The Foundation hotter than ever. What are you going to do now, Thor? Who else are you going to find to maybe help you fight your battles? Doesn't look like you're in any better shape than you were before you made the phone call to Hardcore Holly. The Foundation, these guys mean business.
Oh, here we go. Michael Strider wanting to add an exclamation point to their victory. The Foundation, these guys have already won the match, and that's not good enough for these two dastardly people in Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt as they continue to put the beat down on Thor Theriot and Bob Holly.
Well, it's time to end this war. It's been going on for long enough, and it's got to put a final exclamation point on this. The coronation right here.
Oh, look, what? No, Thor's
got him up.
Thor has him in the Ragnarok here, drives it. And look, the Alabama Slammer's locked on Jeremy Wyatt, and he drives him in the center of the ring. And it looks like Thor Theriot and Bob Holly have returned the tables on the Foundation.
Unbelievable poor sportsmanship right there from Thor.
Stop it.
They lost the match, Miller. They lost. This is sour grapes. This is what you like from your heroes after they lose a match. They attack.
They were defending themselves against Strider and Wyatt, who were attacking after they already won the matchup. This is what they deserved, and they got just what they deserved in Hardcore Bob Holly and Thor Theriot.
Hardcore Holly showing his appreciation for the fans here in Kansas City. They loved having him. We loved having him here. We're going to love having him here in the NWL anytime he wants to come back. But Thor Theriot, back to the drawing board for you. The foundation has your number.
What an impressive showing by a veteran of our great sport. Over 20 years in this business, and Bob Holly left it all in the ring for us here in the NWL, for us in the Scottish Rite Temple. And I speak for all of us when I say I cannot wait to see Bob Holly in an NWL ring again.
Absolutely, Miller. This guy is a phenomenal athlete. We love having him here. Thor Theriot went out and found himself a good partner, but it wasn't quite enough. The foundation rolls on, Miller.
The bigger story here in our main event, coming out of this main event, is that this war wages on. And the next chapter, I guess we'll see the next chapter next time we're here in the Scottish Rite Temple. I don't know if these two are, or these three actually are ever going to stop fighting. It seems like a war that's going to wage forever.
It very well could be, Miller. And of course, if you have not been to the Scottish Rite Temple on Linwood and Paseo, you definitely have to get down here. These shows are fantastic. The excitement in the air right now is unbelievable. You're going to love it if you haven't been to one. It's great to watch us on TV, Miller, but it's nothing like being there live, isn't it? Absolutely.
We encourage all you fans to go to fightkc.com and pick up your tickets for the next event right here at the Scottish Rite Temple on Linwood and Paseo, and see great action like you've seen here tonight on 38th The Spot. Folks, we're out of time. We got to get out of here. For Christopher Fulton, I'm Ben Miller. Good night, everybody.